So you've probably talked about 808s many times in conversations, and in the back of your mind you thought, I'm not really even sure what that is and if I'm even using it right. Or maybe you've heard it referenced in songs and you're still not sure what in the world are 808s. This is something that people talk about a lot and they have different definitions in their brains. And so today I want to clarify what 808s are. And this is important because it was important to me to figure this out, so I thought I'd share it with you. My name is Zion, and I'm the founder of the Triple Threat Artist Online Producer Course. Myself and Josh Doyle, a friend and producer, an amazing producer, we teach a small group of students online about how to become a singer-songwriter producer, a triple threat we call it. Somebody that can command respect with their music productions and get the sound out of their speakers that they're hearing in their head. If that interests you, come join us. It is a subscription and you can quit anytime. We've got 138 videos to learn from, all kinds of exercises, as well as a great online community. We also have a few freebies on our website, so check those out. Those are gifts to you. So what is the 808? Well, first of all, we got to do a quick history lesson. So Roland came out with a drum machine back in 1980 called the TR-808. And the TR-808 was built to make synthetic type sounding drums. And it sounds a lot like this. Now you've probably heard that many times before and you weren't really sure what that was from. It sounds kind of cheesy, sounds kind of 80s. In fact, it didn't even sell well. In the first 3 years, they only sold a couple thousand units of this and they discontinued it in 1983. But it kind of took on a life of its own. A lot of producers started using it because they didn't have to hire a drummer and studio space for a full drum set. And they could use these, even though they were synthetic sounding, they could get a drum beat going really quickly. And so the 808 sort of took on a life of its own. But the 808, again, is a drum machine. It's not just a kick drum or a bass. It's a drum machine with all kinds of sounds. It's got a kick, it's got a snare, it's got claps, and it's got a few other little bells and whistles. The hi-hats are really famous now as well. At some point, somebody took the kick drum from the 808 and elongated it and started making bass frequencies and pitched it up at different places and actually started tuning that 808 sound. And a lot of sounds were built off of that idea. So oftentimes in a song, when people refer to the 808s in the song, they're usually referring to low frequency sounds that are either kick drums or bass notes, synthetic bass notes, not a bass guitar, that are the primary rhythm in the song, but in the bass frequencies. It's a very generic term. People often use the phrase 808 completely wrong. I've heard people just talk about the bass line of a song as an 808. I've heard people talk about just a kick drum, just a normal kick drum as an 808, which is really not true. But anyway, that's how people call it. So when you hear people start talking about, hey, put those 808s in the song, or let's dance when the 808s hit or whatever, they're just talking about the beat coming in, the kick, the driving sub frequencies. Now I want to show you a few examples of 808s and how I would use them and how other producers use them. And let's explore that just a little bit more. Almost every DAW has a drum set within it that is built around the 808s. And it might not be called exactly 808 for licensing reasons. This one happens to be called that. This is an Ableton Live. It's called the 808 Core Kit. And again, it sounds like this. Sounds very familiar. And you put something with that and it can sound decent. I don't know if it sounds great, but it sounds decent. So there's a vintage guitar from Native Instruments. I like that electric guitar plugin a lot. So anyway, I've created a little hip hop beat here, and let's play around with the 808s. So first of all, I've got a beat that I'm doing here. Funny thing is, the hi-hats to the 808 are actually almost all hip hop beats still use the hi-hats taken from that 808 drum machine. And yet when people talk about 808s, they're never talking about the hi-hats, even though the hi-hats are almost used more than the original kick drum from the 808, which is really funny. But just a little fun fact for you. All right, so we have our beat, and then we're going to add the sample in that I found off of Splice. And I've got a couple I got some haze here. So I want to add in actually other 808s besides the kick that will give some flares, some bass notes. Instead of put a bass guitar or bass synth, I'm putting these 808s in as the bass. And I've created them here, and it's going to sound like this. Now, I've created those using a tool called Kick. Now, Kick is one of my favorite plugins for kick drums, but it also is great for tonal kick drums or 808 type drums or 808 type sounds. And that's what I'm using it for right now. So I've got a sound up here, and I've connected it so that it moves around with the notes, and I've tuned it to the drums. So now it's playing its own sort of bass line. These would be considered 808s. It's playing its own bass line in conjunction with the kick drum. It's not trying to take away the kick drum, the 808 kick drum in the actual drum set. It's doing its own thing. So in this example, I used kicks and 808s working together. The 808s don't have a lot of attack. They're more just sub heavy, and they've got a lot of those bass frequencies, which really stand out nicely. The kick drum has a lot of slap to it, right? It's got a lot of attack. You don't have to do that. You could actually just use 808s and tune the 808s. And in fact, Kanye does that a lot. Do you remember the song Woman So Heartless by Kanye, or Heartless, I think it's called? Instead of having a kick and bass in that song, he just has 808s that are tuned for each time the chord changes, which I think there's only 2 chords in the song. It's a really great way to do it. So let's review. If you're a producer and your artist says, hey, let's drop some 808s in there, make sure you're on the same page and ask them what they think that means. And because you want to make sure that what they're not saying is, hey, I want to add some 808 claps or 808 snares or 808 hi-hats. They're probably talking about 808 kicks or sub frequencies like I just showed you, but you need to be clear on that. If you're writing lyrics in a song and you want to drop the word 808 in, which a lot of artists do in their lyrics, it doesn't really matter to define it. Just drop it in. It's cool. If you're a producer working with another producer, you probably know what 808s are, and you probably know what each other mean when you talk about it. I strongly suggest checking out the article below about 808s and the history of it. It's really fascinating. And I strongly suggest checking out videos on YouTube about how to tweak 808s, make them stick out more, drop them in, the sparsity of 808s and how that makes it sound better. There's a lot of really great videos on that, and I'll put some links below. Okay, that is your 808 lesson. If that helped you, will you subscribe to this YouTube channel? I'd really appreciate that, and hit the like button. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next week.